not do anything unlawful. When it comes to police bail, we are not interested in police bail. Because of we have done, I have been under police bail before. You know, if you have not been under police bail, you will pretty much just accept it. But if you have been under police bail, you will not accept it. So
that the experience that you had before, that was some of the reasons why all of you come together to refuse the bail.
Collectively, but there were 3 people who were ill amongst us. One of them was a minor, and the other 2, and that minor also had issues with his glasses. And the other 2, they had health conditions. So they took police bail based on that. Now, let me just show you the irony and the hypocrisy of it all. Because we refused police bail, we were not given court bail immediately as a sort of punishment or whatever. Our bail hearing was suspended when there was no reason to suspend our bail hearing. We could have had our bail hearing. The law is very clear. The prosecutor has said that they don't object to us accept being given bail. Our counsel applied for bail, and they reiterated that the prosecutor have not objected. So all the magistrate needed to do was to just give us bail. But anyways,
because it's still on a court process.
It's still on a court process. But we can talk about some of these things.
We'll talk about some of
these things. So, but eventually, we were denied police bail. But guess what? That Monday, we were denied court bail. And there's a difference between court bail and police bail.
I understand that.
That Monday, those 3 people who were on police bail, they reported that Monday. When they reported that Monday, all of us were sent to the court. Then now, because what? They are trying to punish us because we refused the police bail, right? So they said that they are not going to give us bail. Guess what? All of us, 23, including those 3 who had accepted police bail, were sent to Mile 2. What's the point?
Because those people
accepted police bail. So can you see the hypocrisy of it? So we that refused the police bail, we are vindicated.
So after you were released, from Mile 2, because it was a heated, situation in the Gambia. We see folks from the other side of the country, came out to say they want the youths to be free, and we saw, immediately there was a, reaction to that, protest to say that look, this youth still need to be out. You came out. What were there any condition given to the those of you who were in Mile 2?
Yes, you have your bail conditions. The bail conditions include a surety of 50,000. Not that they pay it. That's if you don't come to to court, because of one of the conditions I understand is we need to be reporting for the courts. And then another of the condition was some recognizance clause for us to pretty much to avoid any similar problem or something like that. So those are some of the conditions which we are faced with, and our guys are complying. We have another
that takes me to the next discussion we're doing, because there was a protest plan, and we see Killer Ace, who was conscious with those conditions that were, gave a reason that he can only go into anything that is well planned, that has guarantee his condition as well as far as those is concerned. But people take that out of proportion. How did the team Gomsabopa react to that? Because that is where we have issues now coming out between the 2 team, team Gomsabopa and the Gala as well.
Yes, that's a very important question. I mean, Killer Ace is our president, but he also has his own as a person. Many
he
people,
has a family, he has kids that he needs to take care of as well.
So he was receiving many calls. Because I spoke to him about that post. He was receiving many calls, and the only way that he could make sure that people know that I am not the main organizer, because when anybody here protests, many a times they will want to call Killer Ace to find out what is happening, and because they have so much confidence in him that they want to know, are you guys behind this, so that I can join you guys. So, well, eventually, you can all see that protest did not take place that day, right? And I believe you can see the statement was that there were some legal advice why that protest did not take place, right? And I think that from now on, we move together to try to see, when we are doing our protest, how we can strategize in a way that, you know, we will avoid those kind of things. I mean, but certainly, you know, as organizations,
yes,
groups, we are not exactly, you know.
There are a lot of talks that
yes.
came immediately after that statement.
Yes.
Some even went on social media. We've seen some sympathizers even went to say that some of the team, Gomsaboba team, we are trying to undermine the other parts of the protesters. You know, how did you survive, or how do you receive that as a team, Gomsaboba team?
No, you just ignore. I mean, you see, you cannot. We have a country to rescue. We have a country to rescue. Me, as I am right now, just before we were doing the show, I was showing you my head.
Exactly.
You know, whilst in mile 2, I pick up an infection in there, which is affecting my head. Look, all these things are things which we are doing. We have our own conscience, all right? People will always criticize you. If you are criticizing the government, we were criticizing the former administration, right? And now we are criticizing the current administration. You think people will not criticize us? Everything we do will be criticized. But what we do, we learn from the constructive criticism, the criticism which we feel that is not taking us anywhere, which we feel that is just unnecessary criticism. We park it to one side. We don't have to respond to everybody.
There's a member of one of the group that you work with,
yes,
who come out,
yes,
to make some allegations,
yes,
relating to Team Gomsaboba and Gala,
yes,
where, you know, the guy said monies were shared between Team Gomsaboba, you know, and the Gala team, and also, you know, sometimes there's a conflict of interest. How is the money going? Is there any money that is in this cause that Team Gomsaboba and Gala enjoy?
Well, let's just start with me.
Yes.
For example, me, I took transport to come here. First of all, first thing I want to clarify,
yes,
the gentleman who made this statement, I was very angry with him. I'm not going to lie. I issued my own statement to counter him, all right? But today, that statement you are talking about is deleted.
Yes. Well, at least the damage has already been made.
This is the problem.
You know,
and then you've seen a half apology, if I can call it a half apology, that the same person said that they were emotional. This is why they came out with this thing.
There was no clarity as to how the money that was, you know, alleged to say share.
Yes.
You know, some of your members came out to say, you know, I didn't receive any money. I'm here for this cause to do this. But today, at the spokesperson for Team Gomsaboba,
yes,
and in that statement also, there are a lot of things that he pointed out is happening between Team Gomsaboba and the Gala team.
Yes. So the things that he has pointed out, he has deleted them.
Yes.
And he has given a half apology for them. So it shows you what he is saying. How much credibility do you want to take into that, first of all, before I even come and start to address the issue? Because I want people to know this, right? The same person, me now, I said I accuse people. I did not bring any evidence. You understand? And this is what we have in Gambia. People will accuse you. They will not bring a shred of evidence. Today, I was doing my job. I wrote some posts about, in 2019, Usman Dabo, who was killed by anti-crime allegedly, and there was a big protest, and that there is no accountability until now. People on there, you know what they say? Some people will come and comment and say, one, I should keep quiet. The other person will come and say, my father is Charles Taylor. But how many people has he killed? But these are the Gambians that we are dealing with. You're right? Some people, that's the level of thinking that they have. One thing I can rest assure you, there is no time, not once, and I have said this in my statement, did Gomsaboba and Gala have any disagreement about any money. Not once. If what I'm saying is not true, let lightning strike me down and kill me right now today.
What about leading a protest? There was no problem between like who to lead the protest, because these are all things that they said. Sometimes there are situations that Gala will want to be in front, but you know, Team Gomsaboba will also want to lead. Just to take the leadership of a protest. Like, do you have any point where you sit and say, okay, in this protest that we are going to put up, it has to be Team Gomsaboba leading that protest? Is there any moment that happened?
See, some things are so funny to me, honestly. It's just so funny. Like, people say this is our show.
That's what I want to know.
Yes. So this is what we have been accused of.
Yes.
That this is our show. The show where you go to Kairaba. The show where you go to Mile 2. The show where police are beating you. What show? Is that a show where you are going to fight for? When it comes to show, we have the cipher. If we're talking about, this is about people's lives. You know, the problem is, the damage is done. Instead of today, I'm here talking to you about the police brutality. Just yesterday, police beat somebody.
We'll talk about that in the final part. We'll talk about the police, the security reform.
Yes.
We'll talk about, how do we move from this step.
But we have to address this.
We have to address, because this is a
public concern.
These are bodies that call government to accountable.
Exactly.
You want the government to be accountable of what they have done. And if situations like this arise in that same organization where people allege that money comes from diaspora, and that money is shared between members of the gala, until now, when we see people are fired in gala. So this has created a lot of confusion.
I'll explain to you very clearly, so that anybody who is listening with an open mind can come up to their own conclusion.
Okay, let's get that clarification.
So the first money that came was after we were released. And that money was for who? Killer Ace. That's not even Team Gomsabapa's money. That's not, there's no fight there. It's not Gomsabapa money. As me, as spokesperson, I have no right over it.
Because we all saw it also.
That everybody saw it.
For Killer Ace.
Killer Ace.
Yes. Because he went through a lot. His dread drops were, chopped up.
Yes.
And not only him were there, but they see the stand that he has taken during that period.
And then, you see, people trust Killer Ace. People respect Killer Ace. And Killer Ace showed that respect back. He showed why people respect him. What did he do with that money? Killer Ace shared almost all of that money. Wallahi. The first thing, just days after he received the money, when he received it, he gave 20,000 to Watson Gambia.
Yes.
Watson Gambia that raised the money, he gave them back 20,000. Watson Gambia took that 20,000 and gave it to Badu. If you follow Watson Gambia. All right? So, and I'm explaining, we are going into the money issue. Because there are two issues. There are two times that money was raised for this cause. The first cause was for Killer Ace. There is no issue there. There is no push and pull over money there. Just to clarify. And that one was Killer Ace's money. Killer Ace gave 20,000 back to Watson Gambia. Watson Gambia gave to Badu Seka. Then a few days later, we met all of us, the 23. Killer Ace gave each and every one of us $5,000, making it 110,000. That's 22 people. Just do the math. 110,000 out of his 400,000 which they gave him. And there's already a 20,000. That young man, Badu Seka, I'm not trying to single him out, because I want us to support. And the young people who are with us, we cannot allow them to be brought down. We will lift them up. Killer Ace still give him his own. From the 5,000, that's not, the 20,000 is not his business. He don't care about that.
So meaning that from that money he received 25,000?
Receive, because of Wursakamla. Yala mode dogal Wursaki nit. You see, then the second money, now I'm coming on to the second money, was raised by the diaspora. Me, you raise money for Gala and Gomsabapa. Who are we to come and tell you how to split the money? Not once. The only time, and you see those people who raise the money, the thing is, me, let me tell you, about this money thing, I know about it very well. And you know why I know about it very well? Because I was in the diaspora. You see these people raising the funds for us in the diaspora? I know them very well, very well. They know me very well. They are our partners. They called us to just get our permission that they are raising the money on our behalf. That's the only conversation we had about
when you say we, does it include Gala
and Gomsabapa? Yes, but they engaged me as in Gomsabapa.
Yes.
And then I obviously make it. Yes,
those listening,
definitely.
So that they understand when we say we,
yes,
they will not think that it's only Team Gomsaboba that the money comes. Because we're looking for clarity.
Yeah, so now, let me continue. Yeah. So before they are starting, as they are doing it, they engage us. Me, as in, I am only representing Gomsaboba. I'm not representing Gala. Okay. But I have very good rapport with Gala. Yes. And they are my colleagues, and we are working together, and we will continue to work together anytime we have an opportunity. Now, when the diaspora raised the funds, they asked our permission. We said, we can go ahead. That was the only conversation. When they did their fundraiser for us, we share. We just share. Not once did we have a direct conversation with, what's it called, the diaspora, with regards to how they are to split the money. Then, not once, and I can certify this, if it's a lie, let me lightning strike me down here and let me die. Not once did any of us, Gomsaboba, engage in conversation with Gala about the money and how it's supposed to be split. Not once. So then how come somebody is coming out and saying that there is arguments?
That's what I want to ask. Why do you think this statement comes? Is it because did 400,000 create any kind of differences in that group?
Let me tell you something. We believe that people should support this cause. We know that once money is there, people will start to think that, oh, there is money in activism or money in advocacy. Let me tell you, there is not money in activism, there is not money in advocacy. If people think that since 2016 we have been doing this thing, why are we not rich now, by now? And we are in 25. We're going to be 2026, over a decade. Yes, you know, why am I not rich? So, people, let me tell you something. Anybody, young person who is watching this that wants to come into advocacy, let me tell you, advocacy is a poor man's field.
Did that statement damage any reputation?
Of course! A lie goes around the globe 5 times before the truth goes. We are journalists. We are media people. But if that lie that they have put out to tarnish the reputation of young people who are trying to hold the government accountable, if it is true, why is that statement that was issued still not standing? Why is the person who issued the statement coming out to give a half apology? Why? Why has not one single shred of evidence, one single shred of evidence, no, even those who are making the accusation, they have never ever said that Galas mo sata halis, Flex mo sata halis, Killer Ace mo sata halis bi, Nangam 10,000 la sata, wala 15,000 la jel, wala Yusuf mo jel halis bi, down na akmo. Not one single clear evidence or one single clear, you know, it's sad.
Yeah, are you guys not concerned of anything like, for instance, the screenshots he was talking about? Take it to the public, let them see, then they will know what. Are you not concerned about anything relating to that?
No, but this is all false information. Yeah. If I remove you from a WhatsApp group, you still have that WhatsApp group on your phone.
Yes.
There are groups that I have been removed from.
If you are removed, you still have the past conversations will be there.
And the same person who put out a statement, deleted the statement, has not put up the screenshots. Now they say you or us or them, because this is not, you know, some of these things is about in between Gala and
Team Gomsaboba?
No. What I mean is the person who have made the allegations, most of the allegations were directed to Gala. So the part where they brought in Gomsaboba was to allege that we were squabbling over money and we were squabbling over whose show it is. Which, to be very honest, some of those things, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, it's very, very petty. It's extremely petty.
I think that side has been, because we cannot have the interview with Yusuf Taylor here and just ignore that information, especially as a representative of Gala. You know, now what do we do?
Gomsaboba, representative.
Gomsaboba.
It's okay.
Yes. What do we do now going further? Because, like you said, many people are questioning the reputation now, but others still believe it could still be an internal issue that could have been solved in a proper way. So do you still agree that, you know, maybe there was a personal issue within the gala. That is what led to this, revelation that was not, was seen as later not true.
Well, everything, we all know what sparked the so-called revelation was some sackings. The individual was sacked. Now, how do we react as young people? What level of maturity do we demonstrate? It's not only one person that was sacked, it's 3 people that was sacked. We've seen the other 2. Did they come out with such?
No.
Did they back the one person who was sacked, who was making, the other 2 that were sacked, they never did those things. We as young people, we need to respect ourselves. I have no problem with somebody revealing issues that they have even raised inside, and we have, for example, you're working in THDTV. You have an issue. You, in your mind, you never ever raised it to Haji, who is the CEO. You just jump outside and you start saying some things which you don't even bring an evidence for. Now, how will you feel, Haji? How will you feel?
It wouldn't be proper to hear information that is going on. But transparency. Can you confirm there is a transparency in the way and manner Gala, in partnership with Team Gomsa Bobarong?
I can assure you that between the 2 of us, there is complete transparency. This is why Gala themselves issued their statement to clarify. All right? Us, Gomsa Bopa, we even decided that we did not need to issue any statement. And we have been getting sucked into some of these needless things. From now on, and you can take this on record, we believe that whatever the people are raising concerns for, we should respond to them. Okay? But we also know that if people are bringing allegations or accusations, they must bring evidence. We have a very important job to do, which we are doing, which we know that they are distractors, trying to distract us from what we are doing. We will not get sucked into that. From now on, our MO is that anybody who is accusing us that does not bring any allegation, any evidence, we are not going to waste our time to respond.
So there will be no response to anything?
There will be no such response.
Yes.
We are not going to waste our time anymore responding to some of these things because of Haji. Yeah. We don't have that energy.
The focus is not about responding to allegations. Yes,
evidence, allegations which are based on evidence. Somebody said Yusuf Taylor took so and so money.
Yes.
And they gave some evidence about that.
You have to come on and
we have to respond.
You have to respond to that.
We will respond.
Yes. Is there, are you political? Because that is also going on. The gala, Team Gomsa Boba. Is there anything politic in it? Are you affiliated to any political party? Is any politician pushing this cause to fight the government?
You see, when you say, are we political? I will say yes. When you say, are we partisan? I will say no. You see, in Gomsa Bopa, we have a rule. If you want to run for any position, you have to do that outside Gomsa Bopa. Like political positions.
Yeah.
We are political because we address the government. We address issues of political concerns in this country. When the government is stepping out of line, like what they are doing with the AG, we respond. We are very political. If the government is doing things which we believe is wrong, we will hold them to account. And we are not afraid to hold the executive, the government to account. So we are political. Partisan. We are not partisan. We are not aligned to any party. You will see, people will say that, even me, myself as a journalist, some people will say I'm against NPP today. Tomorrow they will say I'm against UDP. Because of the way that we do.
Yes.
Yeah. My story is not. It's not.
Doesn't favor this side. On this side.
I get it from both sides.
Yes.
You see, same thing. But one thing I can assure you, our focus. Jammeh was here. We focus on him, to hold him accountable, and to demand for change. Barrow is here. Our focus is what? To hold him accountable to the promises that he has given to Gambians. When somebody else comes, we have to maintain that work. We have done that since when?
It's like Team Gomsaboba is for Gambia. It's not looking at individual.
At all.
You are prepared to fight any injustice with any government that comes, even after Barrow.
Even after Barrow.
Now we are going to the final part of this interview, that is reforming of our security systems. We have seen a lot of issues happening recently with situations that could be controlled in a very amicable way, a very simple way, but it ends in a very violent way. Very unfortunate news. 2 days ago, a young Gambian died, according to investigations or according to reports, in the hands of police officers. And the response from the police officers and the communities is not what a reform security system should act, or the way they should act. What do we do as collective Gambians, particularly people in your line, that is the activism, to look at system that is going to go away for the interest of the citizen? Where do we pick it from here? How do you see the reforming system? Is it going, or do we still have a long way to go?
Well, it's unfortunate that we are sat here. It's so sad.
Yes,
we have lost.
We can understand the journey is going to be rough, and before we get it right.
Yes.
Yes, but we have to get it right.
You see, nobody is in their right mind will be happy with what is happening in the country. Even the police officers who are doing some of these things, I want to believe that they themselves cannot be happy, and they are filled with regret. But it's so sad that this thing continues to repeat itself. We know we were making so much advocacy around this when one of our own colleagues as journalist, Khadija Bokum, we all saw what happened. State broadcaster, somebody working for the state broadcaster, they invaded her home. It was very shocking, and then the next day decided to come again and say that this happened just 1 week before the killing of this guy. Huh? So we cannot say that the reform is going in the right direction. Many of these things are all written bare in the TRRC.
What do we do? Do you not think citizens have a part to play? They are representative of every region at the National Assembly, and that is where changes are made. And do you think, or do you not think the entire blame should not be on one side? We should also look at people that we voted in
Very much
to go and force the system to change in our favor. Collectively, we can live in a peaceful environment. Are they also doing their job, the National Assembly?
Not enough. Not enough. Clearly, they are not. Why do I say so?
Yes.
National Assembly is so powerful. Just on Friday, I was in an engagement victim center and National Assembly members.
Yes, there are some members that you met the last time.
I even have a minor disagreement with one of them, Honorable Biram Sow. Because I talked to him about police brutality. I said, are you parliamentarians going to do about this? Huh? Because of forming parliament, they had the oversight function body. Just like you normally mentioned, they have the power to oversight over these institutions. All right? Now, and the TRRC have put out many recommendations. Some of them, they have to make sure that these institutions carry them out. But they are not doing so strongly enough. Are they summoning the IGP to a committee meeting so that they can discuss with him the situation? We've seen some members who are raising matter of the day. But when I raise the question, the problem is the parliamentarians, them amongst themselves, they are split because of politics.
So then, do you think we're in the right path?
No.
Because, those are the people that we have to count on. Because going on the streets like every day and then will always cause more trouble than solving the issues that we are. these are recommendations that are made by the TRRC, for implementation. And there are others that have been implemented, but others are still not implemented. So, as an activist, where do you think today, with your experience, should we pick the reforming from?
Okay. You see, the reform, there are many stakeholders that are involved in the TRRC recommendations and the reform. National Assembly members have their role to play.
Yes.
One of their role, which is very key to this, is to review the Public Order Act. We saw Honorable Suleiman Saho from Badibu, Central Badibu, if I'm not mistaken, came and he brought a private member's bill to reform the Public Order Act. But then the majority kick it aside. Okay.
And when you demonstrate, those other majority, some of those majority will come and join you on demonstration when actually they have the right to kick that bill out of the law.
In fact, when I was in the meeting that I made a reference to, I told Honorable Birom, jokingly, that, Honorable, you are one of those people who kick out this Public Order Act. So Parliament has a role to play. Us, the citizens, we also have a role to play because we can even put pressure on Parliament too. Yes, we can put pressure on Parliament.
Yes.
We can put pressure on and then there are various institutions. Police, they have to have a manual and train their PRU officers. It's in there. Specifically, they point out PRU because of PRU officers. April 10, 11, when we lost children here, they were involved. PRU officers, and they covered up that April 10, 11. It's inside the TRRC recommendations and the report. How officers covered up these killings, children, students, infants, covered it up. West African migrants also, they came into Gambia here, some 54 of them massacred. Police officers ripped out police diaries, removed information so that no accountability will be taken. Now, the citizens also have their responsibility. I said that Parliament has their responsibility. Police have their responsibility to train their staff and to make sure that they are not doing the same things that they are doing. Yes. You see, the citizens also have their responsibility. In the Ministry of Interior, they have their role. They are even another oversight institution over the police. Because of the IGP and the police, their line ministry is Interior. So the Interior has work to do. That's why you see Interior is writing statements when people are not believing what the police were saying. You see, so everybody have a role to play. But what keeps it all together is us, the people. One thing which we have been doing as civil society advocates, and I believe others can do, take cases of police brutality to the National Human Rights Commission. 2 instances, we took 2 cases of police brutality to the National Human Rights Commission. And those were the only 2 which we took. We don't take any case like that without evidence or anything.
You look at the merit of the case.
Of course. Yes. Because of what we're trying to do is not to waste the time of the NHRC or to waste the time of the institutions.
You want to also use the occasion to sensitize people of their rights, what they are,
and
how they should be treated.
And those cases were all cases of police brutality. All those 2 cases, the victims were compensated funds, and the police officers were disciplined, which shows you how credible we are. And those were the first instances that had been done here in this country.
Yesterday, when some of you went to Lamen, what do you feel from the ordinary citizen? What are they crying? What did they talk to you about? What are they saying about how they feel with what is happening currently with police handling of situation?
You raise a very disheartening point, which I'm glad we are talking about this. Because of many people don't understand when they saw the youths were angry and decided that they must go on the street, that they must, protest. Look, after you kill somebody's child, you start tear gassing them. How are they supposed to feel?
It should be a terrible moment for anyone living around the place.
You've killed my son. and you are tear gassing us. You cannot even allow the decency for us to mourn. No matter what, a life has been lost. The police, they went and they issued 3-paragraph statement. Look at the reaction of the public. They are angry. That's why, because of, look, people are saying that police can come inside your home just a week before, tear gas you, beat you. I saw your journalist doing a wonderful job interviewing the brother of Khadija Bokum. Yeah. Look at his job.
We're everywhere.
I follow your amazing work. And this is what we need journalists to do. They beat that guy until his jaw is swollen. Did the police not also take money from them? So you just saw that last week. People of Lamin are watching this just 1 week before. And now you want to bring brutality. So people are not sheep. It's sheep you take to the slaughter. They just cut them. Fine. We move. No. People will resist. You cannot kill people. Come and tear gas them. Now, people are also surprised when they release the youths. The people were still protesting. Let me tell you something. When they released the youths and then people saw how these youths were beaten up, those protesters, when they saw you release the youths and the youths come to them and then they see their head beaten, they see how they have been brutalized, how do you think the people will behave? How do you think the people will react? When everybody is watching on TV, watching live, Jabang,
Yes.
And even this, also this instance, police officer, somebody is subdued, under arrest. Police will come slap you, pa! Police will come stamp the person in the stomach, in the chest, live on camera. Police will come, hold Aliuba, one of our guys, hold him, lift him up in the air, throw him into the vehicle. Me, when they arrested me, I was inside the van. Inside the van, if I tell you what police officers are doing there, how they were beating people in my presence. Because me, thank God, I was calm. Anybody who saw me, I was not pushing and pulling with the police. You can see the police, how they just marshal me.
So even after arrest,
I do not have any problem with the police.
In that car, even after the arrest, you are brutalized?
Not me.
Yes.
My colleagues.
Yes.
They were being beaten. But because of I was calm, I put myself in between the police and the people who the police were trying to beat inside the van. This is what I was doing. I was dropping the police because at least the police, no matter what, they realize that I am not pushing and pulling and fighting with them.
You're obeying the order.
I'm calm with them.
Sir, yes.
So the police observed that. So when the police officers, they were in the van and they start, because of some of the youths too, they are angry. The way that you arrest people, beating them. Me, I was in the middle, trying to stop the police officer, trying to tell him to stop what he is doing. Like, I received my beatings in that process.
I can feel the emotion because, we understand what you go through, but we have few minutes before the end of this program. But yet still, we'll still talk about,
If I can also just highlight that.
Yes.
Look, we don't condone any violence. We hope that this does not reach to violence. Violence is the language of the unheard. Violence is the language of the unheard, the marginalized. You see, so I want to call on my youth, because of the truth is, those streets or those areas which we destroy that are in our own neighborhood is our neighborhood.
It's our neighborhood. I was going to ask that question. It's good that you stopped there, because I was going to ask this question. In as much as we want sanity within the security system to treat us as brothers and sisters and Gambians in particular, we also have a responsibility in our areas as well. As young people, we can hold the police accountable for what they have done right. Look at the situation yesterday. The police have come back again with another press release, which is this more detailed than the first one it sent. And they have a sort of investigation, which still questions are raised, but we believe they will still come with more details. But what do you advise our youth folks, There are rules and there are laws that govern us. We need to go back to the ballot box, vote for those rules, and bring the way that we want them to be. We have representatives in all our areas. We can call them and put them at tax. You either vote for the public order out, or next time we vote you out. I think they will understand the language. So what will you advise? You've been in this for a long time, but we also equally have a country to protect us all. Gambia belongs to us. We need to put Gambia in order, but it used to be in a way that you and I can still go home and sleep well. So what is your message?
You see, my message is more to the authorities.
Yes.
You see, when you want to silence groups like Gala, when you want to silence groups like Gumsa Bopa, there are other young people who will take the vacuum. And this is what is happening. And those young people, they have not been protesting for a long time, or their experience in organizing protests is not as far as some other groups. All right? Now, what this government has done is to try to remove us, Gumsa Bopa and Gala, from the equation. Many of us are busy with court cases here and there, so we will not want to lead any protest. But what is the result? You see, protest is a sign of a strong democracy. This government should encourage it. Peaceful protest. Peaceful protest. Okay?
Clear message.
You see, should be encouraged. When you are having peaceful protest, it's going to be very rare for you to see some level of crime. You see? Now, also now to the young people, we need to come together and try to speak with one voice. I'm talking to all my colleagues in the different organizations, in Gumsa Bopa, Gala, Edward Francis Small Center for Rights and Justice, and our colleague. Just last week, you were with us when 13 civil society organizations. Yes. That's what we believe in, working with our colleagues, because we know that together we can make a bigger difference. Come on board. Let us organize ourselves. Let us strategize. It's not only protest. Protest is not the only way. I said that we can go to NHRC, and what we had concrete action from them. Although by now, we will not want compensation, because compensation for beating somebody, you just give them small, no. There have to be,
system has to change.
Something has to happen. Either the fire is fired or the person is prosecuted. There needs to be some serious action so that others will get the message that I'm not going to get away with it. Or the taxpayers are not just going to be the one to pay your fine. You see? Yeah? Even going to court. You see, you cannot just be protesting only. We have to be ready to take this government to court. We have to be ready to take police to court. And the only way we can do that, it takes funds, it takes expertise, it takes us coming together, putting our collective, brain together, seeing how we can strategize. I always say, we can chew gum and walk across the road. You know what that means? We don't only have to, because we are chewing gum, so I sit, chew my gum until my gum is finished, then I start to walk. No, it don't make sense. Protest is one of the advocacy tools. Reporting human rights violations to NHRC for the action can be taken is another tool. Taking them to court is another tool. Press conference is another tool. Statements, even coming here, talking to Gambians is another tool. Excuse me. Yes. We need to come together.
You see, the protest should even be the last stage after you exhausted all these things. You have given an example here. You went to the human rights and the actions were taken. If Gambians are encouraged to do so, perhaps that will change the perception of those committing that kind of crime.
Exactly.
To change that you can be, brought to justice through what you're doing, because there's a credible organization that can bring you to book.
That's why we are condemning the police's statement of some so-called investigation. We don't know who are part of the panel. We don't know who is Who is investigating? Are they police is investigating themselves? You see, we don't think that that makes sense. There's the NHRC there, yeah, and there are other.
Statement they say they are bringing an independent judge, to take over the case.
Let them, who is the? If I just come and I tell you there's going to be an independent investigation, we're going to bring an independent judge, you don't even know who is that person. You know, it's like it's neither here or there. But now look at the committee. When the government responded and issued a presidential task force committee for Pura, until today, you know that press statement, government said that they are going to do a committee. What has that committee come up with? It's been over a month. That committee has not told us anything. But when they were announcing it, that committee, you could see the names of the institutions who are there, at least. As bad as it may be. Okay? What they did not do is to put a timeline. And I raised this thing up. We raised this thing up, Gala, Gomsabopa, because we came together and had a follow-up press conference. Yeah? Which was before this one. Yes. Another one, which we had. And I don't know if some of your guys were there. So,
are you informed about the Ghana, about the Pura tariff? Do you have any information?
They have not told us nothing. Since when they came out with some statement, when we were in Mile 2, that they are coming up with a task force, and then Gambians were like, wow, the government is doing very well. We said to ourselves, this might look like they are doing very well, but there is no timeline. And knowing what this government has continued to do, they will continue to say, we'll do an investigation. Do you see the report? You never see the report. You never see the action that they have taken. After this, Usman Dabo was killed by anti-crime unit, allegedly. Until today, government issued a statement saying that time, and you remember there was a big protest. People marched from Serekunda Market to Bijilo, anti-crime. Government issued a statement saying that they are going to do coroner's record, they are going to investigate, and then those who were responsible, they will hold them to book. Today, not a single report, not a single accountability action. So, we cannot fata hejut fee.
We've just come closer. You know, what next? What next for Team Gomsaboba and Gala? Like you said, most of your members are on court case, and therefore very conscious about the legal implication in engaging in any form of a protest or any other thing again. So, what is the next step for Team Gomsaboba and Gala?
Well, the next step for us, we still have our petition, which we have put out with regards to the, Pura, and we are still fighting for police brutality. So, be very rest assured that we will continue collaborating. Yeah. If Gala comes out and they are leading something, that does not mean that you will see Gomsabopa sitting behind. We'll come on behind them. So rally behind them.
These are two teams that will not wait for call.
No!
One is in, the other is counted in.
The Gambia is knocking and calling you to action.
So do you still need more participation from the Gambian public? Because like you said, others are accusing you, others are supporting, and this is a collective effort that is needed by every Gambian to be able to do the system change. So what will you appeal to Gambians today if you are to talk to them?
Register with one of these organizations. Come and register with Gomsaboba. Ask any questions. Tell us how you want to come in.
Do you pay if you want to register for Team?
No, it's completely free.
Yeah, we have to make it clear because we're in a conversation.
I'm glad you asked. Yes, for those who might be, the acquisitions are plenty. And people think that we are making money from this.
I want to make it clear before we leave.
So you see, we want people to register with us. We need people to come on board. We need all kind of skill sets. We need people who are good in the media so that we can publicize and sensitize Gambians to know their laws, know their rights. We need lawyers to come on board so that we can even contest some of these things violations in court. You understand?
Have a good interpretation of some of these laws that are, that come away.
We have very good interpretation. And in fact, we have our lawyers. This is the reason why. Before we even protest, or before we go out to hand in a petition, we've sought legal counsel. We need people to come on board because of this is, you cannot wait until they come into your building, tear gas there, beat up your relatives, or even maybe kill one of your loved ones, and then you say that you are coming. By then, it would have been late. When, if we all come together right now and hold this government to account, you think police brutality will not be a thing of the past? If we force to make sure that those who killed Omar Baji are kept behind bars, accountability is taken, do you think other officers will do that?
No, it will not be easy for them to.
If an officer brutalizes anybody, right? Because officers have to do their job.
Yes, because they are also here to protect the law.
And
not to abuse the law,
yes,
but
and
to protect the law.
I want to take this opportunity to sympathize with the police. We lost 2 police officers shot not long ago here in this country at the traffic light, Sukuta traffic lights, if you remember, which is a very sad moment. These people are out there so that we can sleep. You can go about your business. They are not out there to do what some of these people are doing to us. And this is why we need to come together. It's not just police brutality, security sector reform, a new constitution, the Gambia we want, the Kabun Buga. Now, anybody who wants to come on board, please, we want to welcome you with open arms, but don't come and cause problem there.
They want to advocate for COVID-19. You're watching this special interview. It has been a very, entertaining and very, very educative interview with Yusuf Tero. Is the team Gomsaboba spokesperson, PRO. And we have heard a lot about the team Gomsaboba today that I believe some of you have never heard about before. So this is going to be the first, one of the last interview with them, because they're into a process that needs a participation of us all. And as a media entity, we are here to follow the law and order, but we also support anything that is going to go against police brutality and other things as well. Until we come your way next week again, and I want my brother to just give his final word before we wrap up this program.
Thank you. I was not expecting such a tough interview, but that's what it's all about. We're so grateful for your staff coming to our press conferences, inviting us here. We also, let's have debate. Bring others who are even maybe on the other side, and we sit down and we discuss.
We promise our next sitting will be like that. You'll be sitting with a police officer here.
Why not?
And you'll be asking each other questions.
This is Gambia.
Yes.
We want to even bring the police and the Gambian youths together. We feel that, yes, we feel that if we have a conference where the police are there, youths are there, and it's all about youths and police and security.
And we listen to each other.
Hanga this hair be nyari bi nyaka dego la. The fact that we will be somewhere, sat together, discuss new watan, will break the ice. The man, I'm calling on maybe the presidential advisor, the government themselves, pour new facilitate lolu. Why? Pour lolu for new drop charges ici ñun boba dina mëna waxtaan ñu make sure ne ñu am jama ci bir dëkk bi ni ci mëna exercise and rights ci constitution bi lu mu wax. Why, jërëjëf, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for you bringing me here, and definitely we have one country.
Yes. That is the Gambia.
That's the Gambia.
Yes.
We want to nurture it and make it into a country that we will all be proud of. Our children will be proud of. And I'm so grateful for
Thank you so very much. It's Yusuf Telo. Like I said earlier, we appreciate his comment to THDTV. I'll be back with another edition next week. Until then, have a peaceful afternoon.